What if everything you've been taught about God wasn't entirely true? What if the image of a bearded man in the sky, sitting on a throne, judging humanity, is not the true creator, but a mask placed there by those who wanted to control your mind and spirit? What if the Bible, as powerful as it may be, was edited deliberately to hide the deeper, mystical truth about existence, the cosmos, and you? In this video, we're going to take a bold journey, far beyond religious dogma, beyond the gods of war and wrath, beyond gender and form, into the heart of the formless, infinite source that gives rise to everything. We'll uncover how ancient texts were altered, how humanity was deceived into worshiping false gods, and how non-duality offers a direct path to remembering the true nature of the Creator, not as a he or a she, but as the boundless field of being you already are. This isn't just a spiritual question anymore. Real science is beginning to say the same thing. The double-slit experiment showed us that reality behaves differently depending on whether it's observed or not, suggesting consciousness is at the center of existence. And quantum entanglement shows us that particles can affect each other instantly across vast distances, as if the entire universe is connected through an invisible web of oneness. These aren't just theories, they're clues. Clues that we are not living in a solid, material world, but in a holographic field, where consciousness creates reality, and where separation is the greatest illusion of all. Mystics, sages, and spiritual masters have always said the same thing: all is one. Now even physicists are whispering it. This isn't just about breaking illusions. It's about returning to truth. This is not a video for those who want to cling to comforting illusions. But if you've always felt that something about religion didn't sit right with your soul, this message is for you. Let's begin with a simple truth. The true creator of everything has no gender. What we call God is not male. It is not female. It is formless, infinite, and ever-present, like the ocean beneath all waves. In non-duality, this is often referred to as pure awareness, or consciousness itself. Whoa! But organized religion gave this vast, formless reality a personality, a human-like character who gets angry, jealous, or pleased depending on our behavior. This God behaves more like a cosmic dictator than a loving source, and many scriptures refer to him as He, Father, or Lord, giving the illusion of hierarchy, patriarchy, and separation. But the true Creator is not somewhere up in the sky. It is right here, right now, within you, around you, and as you. You don't need to pray to it. You only need to become silent enough to remember that you are already one with it. Here's the part many avoid. Period. The God in the Old Testament, the one who sends floods, orders genocide, gets jealous, and demands fear, is not the true creator. This entity is more consistent with a power-hungry extraterrestrial overlord, not infinite love. Many researchers and spiritual teachers believe that this God is connected to the Anunnaki, a race of advanced beings referenced in the ancient Sumerian texts. These beings came to Earth, tampered with human DNA, and set themselves up as gods. The Sumerian Enlil, known for wrath, vengeance, and control, closely resembles the biblical Yahweh. So when people were told to fear God or obey commandments under threat of punishment, they were not connecting to Source. They were submitting to a being that wanted power, not unity. The Bible is not entirely false, but it's heavily edited and coded to serve an agenda. Important books were removed. Mystical teachings were buried. The feminine aspect of divinity, the Divine Mother or Sophia, was erased. Reincarnation? Deleted. Direct connection with Source? Called heresy? Spiritual awakening? Demonized. Why? Because if humans knew the truth, that God is within them, they couldn't be controlled. Institutions needed a middleman, a hierarchy, and a doctrine of fear to maintain power. That's why we were taught to see God as separate, something we need to reach, earn, or obey. But the true Creator is not far away. It's this very presence behind your eyes, the aliveness in your breath, the stillness between your thoughts. Here's what the Bible should have emphasized. 1. The kingdom of heaven is within you. These are Jesus' actual words. Yet this teaching was sidelined. Why? Because it points to inner awakening, not religious obedience. 2. We are all one. Non-duality teaches that all separation is illusion. There is Noam and God. There is just the one, awareness playing different roles. Third, reincarnation and the eternal soul. Early Christian texts, like the Gnostic Gospels discovered in Nag Hammadi, spoke about reincarnation and the soul's journey. These were removed because they gave people too much empowerment. 4. The feminine divine. God is not just masculine. The feminine was not only present, but essential. The Holy Spirit may even be the long-erased feminine face of Source, pure, creative, nurturing energy. The true Creator is not a being. It is being itself, not a god, but godness. Not a ruler, but the very fabric of reality. It is the silent intelligence that grows trees, spins galaxies, and beats your heart without you thinking. It doesn't want your worship. It wants you to awaken. An awakening doesn't mean following rules. It means dissolving the illusion of separation, realizing that you are not just a person, but presence itself. This is what the great mystics, sages, and spiritual masters tried to tell us all along, but their voices were buried under dogma. If you're watching this, it's likely because deep down, you already know. You don't need a church to find God. You don't need a book to be spiritual. You don't need fear to grow in love. The Source is not judging you. The Source is being you, even in your confusion, your mistakes, and your search. This is the power they tried to hide. You are already divine, not because you're perfect, but because you're real, alive, awake, and one with the all. Now that you know this, you have a choice. Keep clinging to old forms and false gods. Or wake up to the infinite Source within you, beyond names, books, and belief. You don't need to reject religion with hate. You can simply rise beyond it, into pure knowing. Spend time in silence. Watch your thoughts and let them go. Feel the aliveness in your body. Be still and know, not through thought, but through presence, that you are that. The Matrix is built on spiritual lies, and the greatest lie ever told was that God is outside of you. But you are remembering now. You are seeing through the illusion. You are waking up from the dream of separation. Let the old gods fall. Let the false books crumble. Let your mind rest. And from this stillness, feel the true Creator of everything rise within you, not as a person, not as a god, but as the unspeakable, indivisible iceness of all. You were never abandoned. You were never separate. You were always home. Until next time. Keep questioning everything. Keep awakening to the truth. And remember, the matrix is everywhere, but so is the light. Namaste.